Welcome to Mimi's Storytime, reading children's books.
Library. But he jumped on the checkout desk and scared the librarian. I took my hen to the library, but she laid an egg in the card catalog. I took my pelican to the library, but he hid the dictionary in his pouch and no one could find it. I took my python to the library, but she shed her skin all over the picture books. I took my giraffe to the library, but he tried to read over everybody's shoulder. I took my hyena to the library, but he laughed so loud during story time that nobody could hear the story. I took my elephant to the library. My elephant was very well behaved. She stacked her books neatly on the checkout desk. She asked the librarian's help when she needed it. She listened to the story and laughed in all the right places. But my elephant was very big. So big. So big. So big. She wrecked the library. The librarian said, "Bridget, you are always welcome in the library, but the next time you come to the library, please leave your animals at home." So whenever I go to the library, my frog stays home, my hen stays home, my pelican stays home, my python stays home, my giraffe stays home, my hyena stays home, and my elephant reads to them. Okay, next I'm going to read Twilight Comes Twice. Twice each day, a crack opens between night and day. Twice twilight slips through that crack. It stays only a short time, while night and day stand whispering secrets before they go their separate ways. Dusk is the name for evening twilight. Dusk gives the signal for night to be born. Dusk deepens the colors of ordinary things. Even the common grass takes on a luster that makes you stop to look. In the summer, dusk hisses on the sprinklers. It flushes out millions of mosquitoes and armies of bats to eat them. Fireflies appear, swimming through the air, writing bright messages in secret code. Slowly, dusk pours the syrup of darkness into the forest. Crows gather in the trees for last-minute gossip before nightfall. In the park, dusk will let the kids finish, if they hurry, the Little League game on the baseball diamond. Two fishermen stand at the edge of a lake, casting far out into fading light. Streetlights flicker on in the deepening dusk. Trains bring people home, hungry and tired from work. Dusk prepares for the great celebration of night. It sets the table carefully. Venus, a few stars, perhaps a crescent moon. When the sky is full and singing with stars, you know that twilight has given way to true night. In the early morning, a pale twilight touches the edge of the sky. It's called dawn. Dawn is like a seed that will grow into daylight. With invisible arms, dawn eases the stars from the blackboard of night. Soon just the moon and a few stars remain. Dawn picks bits of dark from between the blades of grass in your backyard. No job is too small. In the forest, dawn drinks up night's leftover darkness in great black pools and deep-rooted shadows. Walking at dawn is a special kind of walk. Sounds ring out more clearly. The air is still moist from the cool of the night, and your own skin feels all tingly clean. Dawn signals crows to start their jabbering. What a racket they make in the willow tree. Down below, 3 robins hop through wet grass, shopping for breakfast worms. Spiders rouse themselves, still stiff from the night, and go to work repairing their dew-spangled webs. Dawn slowly brightens the empty baseball field, polishing the diamond until it shines. At the lake, a boy sits quietly, trying not to disturb fish coming up to eat. Streetlights flicker off. A delivery truck leaves a bundle of newspapers on the sidewalk. Outside the bakery, the smell of donuts makes your stomach rumble and growl. As you set your table for breakfast, dawn sets its own table with light that ushers in a brand new day. Okay, next is O is for Orca, a Pacific Northwest alphabet book. A. A is for auklet. The little auklet is a skillful swimmer. It dives into cold north coast waters, propelling itself forward with narrow wings and steering with its feet. B is for bear. A tiny black bear cub is born without teeth or fur, but it grows up to be a powerful adult. Each autumn, bears eat and eat so they can sleep through the long winter. C is for coyote. Coyotes live and hunt together in family groups called packs. At night, they often howl together in a beautiful chorus. D is for deer. The black-tailed deer fawn has a spotted coat that helps it hide in the forest. E is for eagle. Bald eagles can fly up to 100 miles an hour. They roost in tall trees and swoop down to the water for a favorite meal of Pacific salmon. F is for fir tree. The Douglas fir is shaped like a Christmas tree with soft needles and a sweet fragrance. These trees can live for more than 750 years. G is for goats. Mountain goats like steep and snowy alpine places. Just minutes after they're born, baby goats can stand and follow their mothers over rocky ground. H is for Haida totem pole. The Haida people of the Queen Charlotte Islands in British Columbia are master carvers of totem poles, which record powerful family stories and legends of their people. I is for iceberg. In Alaska and the Yukon, icebergs form where glaciers meet the sea. Huge pieces of ice break off and float away on the frigid waters. Most of the iceberg is underwater. J is for jay. In Northwest Forest, the Steller's jay is one of the most colorful birds and one of the loudest. They often visit backyard bird feeders. K is for kelp. Bull kelp is one of the fastest growing plants on Earth. Hardy and long, this seaweed forms an underwater forest. L is for lynx. The Canadian lynx is a shy, solitary cat that hunts at night in pine forests. It can run, but it really likes to climb trees. M is for marmot. Marmots live in the mountains of the Pacific Northwest. They send high-pitched whistles to one another as a signal of approaching danger. N is for northern spotted owl. Northern spotted owls nest in old-growth forests along the Pacific Northwest coast. They are endangered because their natural habitat is disappearing. O is for orca. Orca is also called killer whales, but they are friendly to people. Orcas live and travel in families called pods, with the calves spending much of their lives alongside their mothers. P is for puffin. The horned puffin lives along the coasts of Alaska and British Columbia. Its colorful beak can hold as many as 30 fish or be used to give another puffin an affectionate peck. Q is for quail. Quails fly only when threatened. Otherwise, they eat, sleep, and nest in the ground. Sometimes quails sit in a circle facing outward, keeping watch for unfriendly visitors. R is for Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier is actually a volcano. It is dormant now, but it could reawaken at any time. S is for salmon. Salmon hatch in coastal rivers, then swim downstream to live in the sea. Years later, they return to lay their eggs in their home rivers. T is for tide pool. As the ocean tide goes out, it leaves pools of water among the rocks. These tide pools become separate little worlds filled with sea stars, anemones, and urchins. U is for urchin. Urchins cling to rocks and tide pools. The purple urchin has a hard outer covering of prickly spines and sharp teeth for scraping food off rocks. V is for volcano. The Pacific Northwest is a land of volcanoes. In 1980, Mount St. Helens, called the Fire Mountain by Native Americans, erupted in a violent explosion, then blew off the entire mountaintop. W is for wolf. The gray wolf is not a fast runner, but it can travel great distances. Wolves once roamed throughout the Pacific Northwest, but now they live mostly in Alaska and Canada. X. X is for Xerophyllum tenax. The coarse blades of Xerophyllum tenax, the scientific name for bear grass, were used by Native Americans to weave baskets that could hold and carry water. Y is for Yakima. There are 14 tribes in the Yakima Confederation whose historic lands are located in south central Washington state. They are known as great hunters and fishermen. Z. Z is for zigzag. Flowing down Mount Rainier in a series of zigzags, the White River continually reshapes the landscape. What a great ABC book. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you liked the books that I selected. Be sure and join us again for Mimi's Storytime.